July is mostly going to be the month of mood reading for me. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is April and we're gonna go over the July TBR today. I have some very fun books to read and also some ARCs, some buddy reads, some weird stuff, and then some good old fantasy romance and historical romance. So the first books that I want to talk about today are the ARCs that I need to read. I have 3. I better get my phone out because no doubt, oh my God. I better get my phone out. It's in my hand already. So the first book I really need to read as an ARC is What's It Got to Do with It, and this is by Christina Britton. This is the second book in the series, so I'm not really entirely sure what it is about, but I really enjoyed the first book in this series. I think it's called the Sinful Spinsters series. So really need to get to that one. Really excited to read it. The next ARC I really need to get to is The Rebel King by Gina L. Maxwell. And this one is, again, a second book. The first one is kind of like a Fae King over Vegas type thing with a one-night stand that leads to a marriage, and now they have to get it annulled. However, it's a little more difficult when they find out they're fated mates to each other. So I can't wait to see where that story goes. And then the third ARC that I have to read is How to Tame a Wild Rogue, and this is by Julie Ann Long, who I have never read from, and this is the 6th book. I didn't know why I signed myself up for this. I didn't realize it was the 6th book, but I have heard of Julie Ann Long before, and I've heard a lot of people love her, so we're gonna try out that book as well this month. Now the buddy reads that I'm going to be doing, my first buddy read is going to be with Hannah Blackwell, and we are going to be reading a Cleo Evans book called Thieves and Monsters. This one just sounds so interesting because it is a why choose. However, all of the 3 men, they shift, and when they shift, they turn into a Cerberus creature, which is like a 3-headed dog. So each of the men are one of the heads. I don't know how this is gonna be. I also think it's like a heist type monster romance story. Sounds interesting, and I cannot wait to read this one. Another one is with Maggie. Maggie and I apparently have been talking way too much. This one is one of those covers that I found that I was just like, what is that? Okay, it's called The Black Devil, a Black Devil Omegaverse book, and it's called Infernal Affairs. All of the titles in these books are puns on cats, and they're all with cat people. And I don't know why, but I want to read this weird crap. Like, I just have to know what it is. I actually really want to read the 3rd book in this series. However, when I looked at the synopsis, it says you have to read them in order. So we're going to read the first one first. Fingers crossed it's fun. There are another 2 books that are actually a buddy read, again with Maggie. This is more like a read along with this month, but we are going to be reading books 2 and 3 of the Make Games series. We read the first book this last week, and I read the first book in one day. I am obsessed. I am obsessed with the priest daddy that is one of the men in this Why Choose like paranormal Hogwarts series. It's so fun. If you pick this up, please pick it up on Audible or wherever you get your audiobooks. It has a full cast narration and it's done so well. And all I can say is that if you loved like the one-liners and the ridiculousness of True Blood, you probably will like this as well. So yes, those are 2 more books that I'm going to be reading with, really, that's with everyone. The next book that I really want to read is Traitor Witch. This book Hannah just raves about, and I've told her I'm going to read it, and I really wanted to read it for one of my pirate romance books. I just didn't get to it, but I'm still going to read it. I definitely want to read, I have been dying to read the 2 Carissa Broadbent books that I haven't read yet, the Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, also Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I am obsessed with Carissa Broadbent's books, like many others. I think she's an incredible fantasy romance author, and I really want to see how this couple ends up, because while the series is going to be continuing, this couple is only going to be featured in the first and second book. And then for my final book that I at least have planned to read is another one. Can you tell this is what Maggie and I talk about? Another one that she sent me that is just bonkers. It's not a romance, and I kind of wish it was. However, it's called Crazy as a Loon, and it just has this granny with a shotgun on the cover, and I love every second of it. I have to figure out what this is. She's like protecting people from the apocalypse or something. I have no idea, but I am reading this sucker, okay? It just looks so freaking fun. Anyways, that's all the books I have planned for July. As you all know, I change my mind all the time, and I probably will read different ones or even more than this. Hopefully more. We'll see how it turns out. Let me know what you are reading in July, or what you are most hopeful to read in July, in the comments below. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye!